Hello there, good to have you join us on this week's edition of the program Hilltop Mansion. This is where we review major activities of the Akwa Ibom State government within the previous week. My name is Clement Barikui. Welcome to Hilltop Mansion.
Have you ever missed out on any events or activities of the governor, first lady or the deputy governor of Akwa Ibom State? Worry no more. Hilltop Mansion got you covered. Hilltop Mansion is a program of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Uyo, specifically designed to showcase the day-to-day activities of the Arise agenda. Tune in every Monday at 7:30 p.m. on Star Times, Channel 103, and our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube to join us. Hilltop Mansion, showcasing the Arise agenda.
Glad to have you back. We begin this week's edition of the program with a visit to Eastern Obolo local government area by Governor Umoino, where he interfaces with members of Eastern Obolo communities and a major oil company operating in the area.
They are the Obolo people whose only source of livelihood is fishing. Now, 7 communities who depend on this side of the river for survival are losing their daily bread to the gas and petrochemical free zone project by Sterling Petrochemical and Fertilizer Limited. Added to these, 2 communities, Obianga and Ikonta, are to be relocated from their ancestral homes to enable the project that has already occupied over 1,000 hectares of land continue. The people are not happy that all these are happening without proper resettlement and compensation.
I've not also seen it before, and I've not heard it before for the 83 years that I have lived on planet Earth, that any multinational or any development that is coming into a place, that such development will come without due process.
Your Excellency, the closure of the creeks have completely locked the affected communities from the outside world, take away their primary source of income, leaving them struggling to survive.
Governor Umoino is here, and his words of assurances have quelled what would have escalated into a conflict between Eastern Obolo and the company.
We have gone round, we have seen the issues that have been raised, and we have formed a committee made up of government, members of the intelligence and security community will be part of that committee. We have asked Eastern Obolo, led by the chairman, to nominate people, not more than 5, to be in that committee. Sterling Petrochemical will also nominate people to be in that committee. The committee is going to be led by the state government. This time we want to look at every issue line by line. And I have advised no other committee will be empowered to discuss with the company except for this committee that is being formed today. No other group. The company will not go behind to discuss with any group, and no group should go to discuss with them. Let's put everything on the table. Let all of us hear and let us listen. What I have discovered here too amongst us is that there is a bit of divide and rule here. A few people talk one side, some people turn back again and go back to the same people. And once we continue that way, we cannot achieve results. we become a community that work against each other. So going forward, I will inaugurate this committee next week in Uyo. The Secretaries of Government will make the announcement, and this committee will go to work. First, we want to establish a proper environmental impact analysis for this project. And the community will have their own experts. The company will have their own experts, and they will work and produce for us the EIA. I've directed the Secretary, the Surveyor General of the State, to return to site and immediately produce a full survey of all of the land that Sterling is occupying, so that we can know the actual area they are occupying. So please, as the Surveyor General returns, I appeal to the community to cooperate with them so that they can come out. Let us really know what we are dealing with. And I believe that this committee that will be set up will also look at other issues. We have looked at the location issue, the closure of the creeks, particularly as it affects Obianga and Ikonta. And as this committee meets, we have discussed with the chiefs of both communities that have expressed their sadness and displeasure. We have discussed with the prof, who have just been very, very sad. We feel your pain, but I can assure you that by the grace of God, we'll find a permanent solution. And when we come out with that solution, I'm sure it will be agreeable by all.
For management of the company, they are willing to follow every step of the resettlement and compensation processes as contained in the new agreement that will be reached as coordinated by the state government.
Also within the week under review, Governor Umoino set up two major committees and signed an executive order establishing the Akwa Ibom State Labour and Industrial Committee.
Of recent, Akwa Ibom State representation in the employ of companies and organizations is generating concern among stakeholders and residents. This outcry over the poor recruitment of Akwa Ibom indigenes, particularly in multinational companies operating in the state, has been heard by Governor Umoino. Hence, this executive order establishing the Akwa Ibom State Labour and Industrial Committee. Shortly after signing the order, Governor Umoino inaugurated the 11-member committee headed by Nse Essien as chairman.
In the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
The committee is saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that all companies operating in the state comply with the local content provisions of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021, liaise with federal agencies to ensure that the employment quota of the state is duly filled, and report to the state government companies who default in the employment quota of the state.
I just signed an executive order number 2 to establish the Akwa Ibom State Labour and Industrial Committee. And that order is to give credence and impetus to the inauguration we're about to do this morning. While we work assiduously as a state in the executive to send a bill to the House of Assembly for the passage into law of the Labour Committee at the state level. But while we're doing that, this executive order will give the impetus for this committee to do her work. committee basically is to promote harmonious and industrial and labor relations in Akwa Ibom State. I'm aware that